Excuse me, guys. I have to confess something.
What?
I fell in love with your friend right here.
Hey, good luck. Better luck next time.
luck. What's your
name, buddy?
You're lying? Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
I can see why.
Hey, yeah, fuck off.
Excuse me. Listen, I have a question. I think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm sorry, now it's just not that kind.
Okay. Have a good one. Excuse me. I think the grand dress fits you. Yo, relax.
Wait,
Yo, this girl's... We can see why.
Why?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
See why you're so...
I think you're very beautiful.
You're very beautiful.
Thank you. What's your name?
Charlie, what's yours?
Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
We're
you.
kind of matching.
Are we?
Kind of, no?
As y'all can see just from that video, listen, man, relationships, dating, marriages, cold approaching, that is done for. It is donezo, right? I don't even know why cold approaching is still a strategy. I cannot understand why dudes are still out here cold approaching women, understanding and knowing that the dating scene is not the same anymore, right? The relationship scene is not the same anymore. These are the American women. These are the Western women. These are the women who claim that they want husbands. These are the women that claim that they want a good man. But I'm gonna tell you right now, gentlemen, listen. It's not what they want. You can see from based on how many of them act, bro, they already get all the attention in the world. They already get the attention that they need. Cold approaching is just self-sacrifice at this point. You're just self-sacrificing, Ninja. You just putting yourself right there up under the dang on hatch, Ninja, and just waiting on it to fall, Ninja, because listen, it's self-sacrifice, especially if you're not him, right? And we all know by now what is considered him. If you're not considered him, hang it up. If you're not some over 6 foot Greek god that's walking down the street that's getting all the chicks' attention, and you pulling up in a Lambo, you pulling up in the Rolls Royce or something, Ninja, you pulling up in the Corvette, just hang it up. Hang it up. Why are men still stuck on this cold approaching shit? Why are men still stuck on trying to get women to like them for them with this burning desire type shit? Why are men still doing this? Right? Because men are desperate, right? Men are desperate. Men are desperate for the punani, right? This is the only reason that I can imagine that the bottom 80% of men would still cold approach, because Lord knows you ninjas don't believe in paying, but look, this ninja is paying with his pride, dignity, ego. Ninja, what is he playing, a numbers game or something? Ninja, y'all still want to play numbers game instead of getting the actual numbers up? Y'all want to play numbers game instead of actually getting your numbers up. When I say numbers, I'm talking about money, right? Your prospects are a lot better, right? The type of women that you can deal with is a lot better, right? The quality of women becomes a lot better, right? Not saying it is perfect, but it becomes a lot better when you got your money up and not your funny up, right? But the bottom 80% of men, they don't believe in getting your money up. The bottom 80% of men don't even believe in paying, right? You think the 8s, 9s, and 10s, I don't believe in 10s, but you think the top tier women, the quality women, you think they're not being compensated for their time? You think that they're not being compensated for their bodies? You think that they just walking around willy-nilly just looking pretty and not getting compensated for it, and they're gonna let your lame ass walk up to them with your Ray-Ban Meta glasses and think that you're gonna cold approach them? I don't care if she's mid, Ninja. Even mid chicks are getting flown out. Do you not understand? Do y'all not understand? Can you get this through your raggedy ass heads? Why can't men understand that the dating game, it has changed forever? It has changed forever. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no, even if you want to, see, this is where guys get it misconstrued. They think just because you get married and you get a wife that you're not paying for it. Ninja, have you broke down the cost of having a wife, Ninja? Have you broke down the cost of having a family? She wants her nails done. She wants her toes done. She wants to go out to eat. She wants to go out to eat every weekend or every other weekend, or at the very minimum, Ninja, once a month. Oh, and better yet, you want to keep her home, or do you want to send her to work, right? If you want to keep her home, Ninja, you might as well add some more money on top of that. Oh, but then you like, oh, I want to go 50-50. Well, then you cease to become the traditional conservative man that you so claim to be. You red pill raging ass Ninja so claim to be, right? So you want to send her to work. Well, guess what, Ninja? You want to go 50-50 with her, send her to work so she can pay bills. Guess what? It's going to be other men in her ear, other men flirting with her. She's going to be flirting with other men, Ninja, right? Men are going to be trying to bend her over, Ninja. Men are going to be trying to take her to the parking lot and have their way with her, Ninja. She's going to be staying a little bit late after work for that dude that she like. Pick your poison, Ninja. Pick your poison. You're going to pay one way or another. But one thing that you're going to fail at for sure is this cold approaching shit. That's one thing for sure. One thing for sure, one thing for certain is that you're gonna fail at cold approaching. You're gonna fail that shit wholeheartedly, right? You got to think, man. They're all on Instagram. They're getting all the attention they want, all the attention that they can ever want and desire. They're getting it off social media. You're just one person. You're not gonna be able to give them all the attention, not the type of attention that they're getting through social media, right? Some of y'all may like, well, some of those girls are mid, Tap. Some of those girls are mid, right? I wouldn't even approach those girls. Well, guess what? Some of those mid chicks that y'all seeing were at some NBA party, some NBA player basketball party, right? There was at some after party. Right, I guarantee you they've been a sugar baby more than they can probably count on one hand. Right, they probably sold some punani here and there. Right, they probably sold some feet pictures here and there. Right, y'all thinking that okay they're mid. Okay, yeah, they're mid. Somebody a lot of men like mid chicks. Maybe she have some assets that some top tier dude like. Some of these mid chicks have also been flown out. Some of these mid chicks have been to Turks and Caicos, Ninja. Have you been to Turks and Caicos? Some of these mid chicks have been to the Dominican Republic. Have you been to the Dominican Republic, Ninja? Some of these mid chicks have been to Ruth Chris and some of the top of the line restaurants, Ninja. You have barely stepped foot into Applebee's, Ninja. But do you want to call chicks mid? Well, Ninja, oh well. Oh well. Listen, I'm just a messenger. This is the after pill. I'm telling y'all the game because I don't want y'all to continue to fail out here. Why are we still cold approaching in 2025? Why are we still cold approaching, right? Men are simply desperate for the punani. In 2025, men are more than desperate for the punani nowadays, right? Because if you don't have the money for the honey, you are simply going to be left with the scraps and the bonquishas and the tortas, right? And the methanese, right? The trailer park trash. That's what you're gonna have to pick from, unless a woman just settle. Now, if a woman settle, that's probably even worse than dealing with some of the straggles. That's probably even worse than dealing with some of the busted women that you deal with, some of the fat women that you deal with, some of the tortas that you deal with, some of the dang on bonquishas that you deal with, trailer park trash that you deal with, right? That's probably worse than that, because that woman has let you know that you are a less than desirable man, and I chose to get with you because my time has run short on dealing with all the top tier men that have run me through the dang on mattress. That's what she's basically telling you. She's basically telling you, hey, you'll do just to be by my side, but just know that you're not any quality of a man that I will actually go with. I have just aged out of the market or fucked my way out of the market. So, hey, you know what? You seem like a nice guy. Never be the nice guy, but you seem like a nice guy. So, you know what? I'll take it. Right? And that's how many husbands end up in their positions, right? This guy's nice. He'll do. right? The family says, yeah, that guy's nice. He's better than Chad, you know, that no good Chad, you know, cheating on you and, you know, flying you here and there and having all those women on the side. Yeah, he's better than that Chad guy that you was always crying. You were crying. Remember, baby, you were crying. You were crying for 6 months straight. You were crying for 6 months straight over that raggedy Chad. You know, he ran you up a wall, right? But guess what? She remember how Chad got into those guts. She remember how Chad, listen, women gonna always remember how the worst man treated them, right? They're gonna always remember how the worst man treated them, right? They're gonna remember the man who took her to the ringer, took her through the fire, Ninja. They're gonna remember the man that cheated on them. They don't care about nothing about the good guy. They don't care about nothing about the nice guy. Have y'all not learned yet? And look how he's approaching. Right? Look how this guy's approaching. He's approaching all pansy and soft like. Hey, I just want to let you know that you're beautiful, man. You don't get that shit up on, bro. They want their hair pulled. They want I don't know how he looks. But they want a tall, chiseled, ninja, rich guy to come over there and swoop them off their feet. Some of them like to be talked like whores. You coming over there talking about, hey, I just want to let you know you're beautiful, man. They done heard that. They hear that shit all through the comment sections, right? They hear all of that through the comment section, bro. You like the millionth and one person that has told them that. Do y'all not understand that women get cold approach day in and day out? They've been getting cold approach day in and day out since the age of 13, 14 years old. Right? Let's talk about it. I keep telling y'all, listen, women have had an early start. As soon as she started developing some boobies, as soon as those hips came in, as soon as she started to look somewhat like a grown woman, Ninja, you had grown ninjas hollering at her. You had the teenage boys hollering at her, right? She's probably even been smashed by a grown man, right? She's probably been smashed by a PDF file. Right? Plenty of PDF files, but y'all can't seem to fathom this kind of information. You don't want to believe this information. Why? Because you don't want to get your money up. All you think about is punani. All you ninjas do is think about punani instead of getting your money up to get the punani, right? And quite frankly, getting the money is easier than going out here and getting the punani, right? Too easy. In hindsight, getting the money is easier than getting out here and getting rejected, wasting your time, cold approaching, right? Trying to be a simp, essentially, walking up to women talking about, I just want to tell you you're beautiful. You know, do you have a boyfriend? Like, Ninja, don't nobody want to hear that. I'm going to tell you firsthand, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Don't nobody want to hear that shit, right? Especially if you're not him. Right? Many of y'all know that y'all not him. Stop wasting your time cold approaching, Ninja. Log on to so-and-so and so-and-so and then find what you like and go ahead and get that desire out of the way and call it a day. Right? Some of y'all be wasting time. Most of y'all just want to smash anyway. Most of you ninjas ain't trying to have no fulfilling relationship. Most of you ninjas are not trying to have no marriage. Cut it out. Stop it. Right? You ain't trying to get married for real. You just over there wasting her time anyway. You just trying to get them guts anyway. So if you just trying to get the guts, why waste the girl time? Just log on to so-and-so.com, find you what you want, and mess with somebody who's trained and a professional to get that poison up out of you, right? She can go ahead and suck that poison up out of you and get that out of you, and so you can go on about your day and be a productive man of society, Ninja. But some of y'all just love to waste time. Y'all love to waste time. Y'all love to waste energy. Y'all love to waste money, right? For those of you who probably got a little change, Ninja, but for the most part, most of you ninjas probably don't even have a stack of money in your pocket. Right? You want to take a chick to Applebee's, Ninja. They don't want to do Applebee's. Go find it. Listen, if Applebee's is your thing, go find you a buck-tooth drug addict, Methany, right? Or Bonquisha. Bonquisha not even going for it. Bonquisha she hood bougie. Bonquisha want to be taken out to Ruth Chris too. Ninja, go find you a torta, maybe a torta. Tortas, you know, they're very lenient, right? You could take them to the taco shop, Ninja, right? You could maybe take them to the Cheesecake Factory. Actually, Cheesecake Factory is like Ruth Chris to the tortas, right? Cheesecake Factory is like the Roof Chris to the torta. Now that's high end. That's high luxury for the tortas. Now if you want you a torta who's gonna accept your broke ass for you, right, and go through to the Applebee's and the Cheesecake Factories, Ninja, and go ahead. Go ahead for you mediocre ass ninjas. But this whole cold approaching is donezo. It's a done deal. Stop this cold approaching shit. I'm telling you this right now. There's better methods. There's way better methods, right? And then you don't even know who you're dealing with, right? You don't even know who you're dealing with, right? She can be an undercover JUCO. And I mentioned that in my locals. Check out the locals. Here it is right here. Right? She can be an undercover JUCO. She can just be, trying to find a man who looks like they have some money, who can pay some rent, who can pay some bills, and she'll bust it open for a real one. She'll bust it open for a real one as long as you got the money for some, as long as you got the money for the honey, she'll bust it open for a real one, right? But if you look broke, dusted, and disgusted, walking around calling bitches beautiful and all of that, bro, they do not want to hear that. I'm telling you. Right? They'll get on here and say, well, why aren't the men approaching? Well, bitch, because we know the game now. We know what's going on now. Right? They do that. They do that to men that they don't want to approach them in the first place. They do that to men who they view as less than desirable. Right? So this guy is viewed as less than desirable in their eyes, especially to the mids. Right? So the best thing that you can do, man, is just get your money up. Just get your money up, and then you can have your pick of the litter. You get your resources up, and then you get to pick and choose who you want to deal with. The women come to you. You're not walking around the beach and interrupting groups of women talking about you're beautiful on some lame, being a practically a simp. You're not wasting your time walking around and come on, man. There's way better methods, right? All you need is a little change in your pocket. You can deal with practically any woman that you want. No woman, and I repeat, no woman is out of your league. The women are just out of your price range. And sadly, so many men are desperate out here for attention, for validation, and a punani, from women. But all they have to do to fix it is just become the best possible versions of themselves. Get the money, get your body right, get your mind right, emotions right, spirit right. Get those things in order first before you start worrying about women, or you're going to be this guy walking around trying to cold approach women and getting rejected, because eventually those rejections do weigh you down, right? Eventually, especially when you start to get rejected by mid women, oh, for sure, it's going to weigh down your confidence eventually. And why take yourself through L's that you don't have to take yourself through when you can just build up the W's by following simple steps? Patreon as well. Go ahead and check that out too. But man, that's all I got to say about this. Make sure y'all tap in, hit the link pinned in the description. Locals is available. Patreon is available if you want to change your mindset. Locals, if you want to hear about the JUCOs, you want to hear about the underworld as far as the women goes, the dark side, as many people call it, the monetized dating, as many people call it. If you want to hear more about that, hit that link in the description. Check out the locals if you want to change your mindset, get your money mindset all together and everything, right? Get your character and your principles and everything together. Make sure you hit the Patreon as well. I also do one-on-ones. So if you want to chat with me, you want to get your mind right, you want to discuss some things, you're having trouble in your relationships, having trouble with your jobs or anything, whatever you want to talk about as far as elevation goes, right? Let's talk about it. Book your one-on-one, book your coaching call as well. But anyway, this is truly an after pill. Stay focused, right? Get your money right, and then you can get the punani, man. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.